because we don't allow masks. Yep.
Somebody from the
How you
shop.
doing? How you doing?
Good.
What's your name?
Tim Decker.
Thank you.
No, it's,
Can you take it off so I can see your face?
no, sorry.
I mean, I gotta identify who you are. I mean,
Well, here we go.
just here. I'll step back. Go ahead. Take this for a second. Good. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Well, first and foremost, I'm not here to shut you down.
You never worked with a guy named Cooper Carrasco. We don't even know. We have no record of this guy. So the whole thing was based on BS. You know, we know we're being targeted. It's obvious by the haters, right? I mean, you know what's going on here. I'm sure you've seen everything that's happening at this restaurant, right? I mean, you understand.
I mean,
You've been in the press a lot. What else? But you're American, right? Are you American citizen? Okay, so you understand freedoms, right? I mean, you understand your constitutional rights. And I know probably, I mean, if you really are an American and you have people love for America in your heart, I would imagine that you think this is a bunch of BS, correct? And I know that you being here right now, you know it's wrong. You know that you standing here serving a warrant to go in there and look for what a mass crime, I think it's embarrassing. And I think officials, even if you're rank and file and you're working for a state agency, you should follow your heart and stand down because this is BS. And we all know it.
well, I'll speak personally for a second. I get that stance. I have nothing against you guys staying open. It's just my 2 cents.
But I mean, but
I think it's patriotic if you took a stance to stay open.
yeah.
I respect you trying to say it.
Yeah,
I
sure.
will say that.
Wait. I want to make this clear. When I took my stand here, it was never a business stand. It was never about our business. If it was, like everybody else who have basically folded, okay, I would have been more concerned about the assets that I have in there, right? About protecting what I have. I'm willing to put everything at risk in my fight, based on what I believe in. I'm willing to risk it all. I'm willing to lay it all on the line, everything. And it's not about staying open. I feel blessed that I have a business that I'm able to commit it as a constitutional battleground in this fight and to stand up to all this nonsense. I feel blessed that I'm on the front lines of this whole thing. It's not about business at all. I'm willing to lose it all if that's what it takes. But I'm going to take my stand based on principle and what I believe. That's all it's about. But I mean, for you to show up with a warrant, especially, and to say it's based on a witness that never worked here.
Well, we had several complaints. I showed up. I saw violations of our regulations.
Yeah.
We enforced the regulations.
Yeah.
So what the warrant
Do
said.
you also know that that there's a witness inside that he heard you say to him directly. You said to him that you agreed that we were being targeted. That's what you said. That's what he said. You said
He
to
asked
him.
if I said it targeted, and I.
You said yes.
Personally, I think you could be.
We're
not
being
by our
targeted.
agency.
But you said yes. You're probably being targeted. That's what you said.
I said I did.
Are we targeted by you?
No, I think.
By OSHA? Why are you targeting us? Are you trying to make an
I'm not
example of us?
targeting you.
Well,
If I was on Facebook and I said, hey, by the way, I'm breaking this regulation and regulation on Instagram, hashtag I'm breaking this regulation, you're probably going to be targeted. That's common sense, right?
Targeted is a strong word, and you used it.
Okay.
He didn't use it. He asked you, and you said yes. You're
He
being
said,
targeted.
don't you think we're being targeted?
And you said yes.
I said, I could see that, yeah.
So does that mean you're targeting us?
No, we're following the law. We got to complain.
It appeals to.
Okay.
It appears to a lot of people that you're targeting us.
I'm not going to argue semantics. We're never going to see eye to eye. Here's the warrant.
Yeah. Okay, so who are the witnesses? You gonna tell us who the witnesses are? You gonna tell us who the witnesses are? No, you're gonna tell us who the witnesses are that basically that initiate this complaint. So Cooper Carrasco, that's how it started. That's a made-up name because he never worked there.
There's one. We had several other complaints.
Okay, but you initiated the complaint based on a guy named Cooper Carrasco, right? Yes, you know the name. I can see it in your eyes.
I don't know which complaint came first.
Cooper Carrasco was the first one. He's never worked there. Here, let me show you the letter.
It doesn't. I've seen the letter. It doesn't matter.
You said nobody wrote you.
Nobody wrote me specifically. No. And I have seen the letter.
Which letter?
The letter that was sent to the employer. You got it.
Judge.
Denied is we asked for a waiver of 24-hour notice. So our laws say we can't give advance notice. So we asked for that. We denied that waiver.
You asked for not having to give notice. You just wanted to show up, right?
Not me personally, that's the procedure.
You asked to do a surprise search warrant, right? So you can service by surprise. He said no.
Correct.
So, but it wasn't even 24 hours. If we were such a threat, why didn't you show up the next day? Why did you show up a week, over a week, 10 days? Oh, that's nice. So my question to you is, if we were such a threat to the community, right? Regarding the health issues that you're arguing, why did you come the next day? Why did you wait 10 days? The government what?
That takes a slow time.
You could have came out the next day. You had the warrant.
Well, the next day after the warrant, yeah.
And it was issued when?
January 7th.
There's no date on here.
You go back
You see
to
this?
the signature.
But why is that incomplete?
You go back to the
But why is that incomplete though? But it's incomplete.
That's dated for the date it was
What's the
typed.
date? What's the date?
January 6th.
So you were issued the warrant January 6th.
Correct.
Today is, what's today, Will? 18th. So like 12 days. Why did you wait 12 days? You said that we're causing an issue here, that we're a danger to the community.
Did I say that? You're putting words in my mouth.
But that's what you're
Look,
arguing.
here's what I'm saying, Tony.
Go ahead.
Here's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
We have a regulation.
Yeah.
You guys are in violation of that regulation. I enforce those regulations.
Yeah.
That's my job, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not here to argue about the warrant.
Yeah.
It's
Do you think your job is honorable?
most
Honestly,
of the time, yes.
You think most of the time?
Yeah.
But not today.
I don't agree with everything in my job.
But not today, right?
No, I do. I don't. Like I said, I'm not here to shut
Okay.
you down.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you ever served a criminal warrant before?
No, I haven't.
So, you showing up here today serving a search warrant. Do you know what a search warrant is? Do you understand what a search warrant really is? I mean, it's like, you understand? You understand what you're doing?
What am I doing?
You're trying to invade our privacy, step onto our grounds, and search our
Look,
property,
look, man,
top to bottom.
I can't physically force
Of a
myself
probable
into
cause.
your
What probable
place.
cause is there?
You obviously don't understand the laws we go by, and I don't.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you if you think it's honorable, based on what a real search warrant, you know what a criminal search warrant, right?
I think it is honorable because we're going through all the processes and avenues that we can. If I showed up here and said, "Hey, dude, let me show up and let me inside the place. Let me just do my inspection, do my job," and we could have done it. I didn't want to get a search warrant.
You wear a mask because you believe in wearing a mask, or you wear a mask because
I
they make you
believe in
wear
wearing a mask.
You believe in it?
Yes. I look at the science. We get calls every day. People dying.
People died a lot of things. Someone could have died in that car accident right there. You know, more people die. You have a better chance of dying in a car crash than you do from the virus.
Again, I'm not going to argue semantics or science with you. Look, I can't physically force myself
Yeah.
inside your place of business.
Yeah, you can.
Are you going to honor the warrant or not?
You're not.
Okay.
But for me to stand this long for what I believe in, to allow you to come in with a warrant based on something that we don't believe in, that we think is nonsense and a violation of constitutional rights, based on principle alone, I can't do it. As far as allowing you to go in because you have a warrant to try to use that kind of power over us, that just feels dirty.
This is my first time having to get a warrant.
Really, I'm sorry to hear that.
Usually that's not the case.
It just feels dirty. And like you said, you said yourself, I have a witness in there, and we will put you on the stand. You said we were targeted. He heard you, and there was a cook in the back that
I
heard
did
you
not
say
say
it.
that.
You
You said,
it.
are we being targeted?
said it.
I said,
I believe so. You said I believe so.
well, if you have a social media
It doesn't
presence,
matter. You said
you're
it.
probably going to
You
get more
dude,
views.
You said it.
Okay.
Plus, there's no date here. So anyway, it's your first time serving a warrant. Sorry, it was us.
And so if I gave you these and asked you to have the employees putting on, knowing what the regulation states,
But you know they're not going to wear them. You know it's not
well,
going to happen.
I'm asking you.
I mean, you could leave them there and.
So if I leave them here and say, this is Title 8, 3205,
Yeah.
C6 and C7 about using facial masks, you're required to do that. As an
We're not
employer.
gonna wear them. I mean, you can leave
Okay.
them here. I mean,
All right,
you know,
all right.
you have every right to leave them here. I would probably throw them away, but I haven't seen any evidence. There's been no contact tracing back to us that I've seen. Nobody's presented us with any evidence of anything ever. In the 10 months that we've been doing this, I've seen nothing. I mean, if you have some evidence, show it to me. But
No, I don't.
haven't
I'm
seen
just
it.
asking you.
Yeah, I've had people in the last 3 years at this location get sick with the flu or the cold, of course. And when that happens, what do? Go home. We don't want you to infect others. So we would do the same thing here with any virus, you know, any sickness. And that's the whole point. You know, you think back to polio. Polio was terrible. It was taking its toll on kids, right? and destroying lives, and adults too. You know, they didn't mandate anything. People just decided whether they wanted to stay home or not, keep their kids inside or not. That's, you know, it's based on people's individual freedoms. That's my point. I'm not here to cause any trouble. I'm not here to fight with anybody. I didn't pick this fight. I didn't. We're not doing anything illegal inside. We've never had an ABC violation. We have them now because of what's going on, but we've never had a liquor violation related to drugs or underage drinking or gambling or prostitution or anything like that.
I can't.
We've had none of that. These are good young men that do their jobs, and they support the Constitution, and they're standing up for it. It's as simple as that. They're just Americans. That's all we are. We're just Americans. We're just running a business. That's it. And we're standing up for what we believe in. Simple as that. Nothing more. You know, we're not trying to. If anything, the calls that we get, the threats that we get, are unbelievable. I get threatened. People are going to come down here and follow me to my car and put a bullet in the back of my head. They want to see me on a respirator. They want to see me with a feeding tube. They want to see me in a dumpster. They want to burn our restaurant down. They want to come in here and spread the virus. You know, and here we are, just operating a business. And then there's you, icing on the cake, showing up with a warrant.
So what we do at this point, you know, very similar to the first time I talked with you, Will, is I talk to my legal. You know, I do say that you did not honor the warrant. And again, just to explain, what we're doing is there's a specific regulation for COVID-19. That's part of Title 8. Those are the safety regulations that we enforce.
Yeah.
That's our job.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm here.
Yeah, and I want you to know too, and I think you understand this already. I'm not keeping you out because I don't want you inside the restaurant. It's not about we have anything to hide. We have nothing to hide. We've had Orange County Health come here the whole time. Okay, the last 10 months, we've had any problems at all. You know, we get inspected all the time. If anything needs to be fixed, like, you know, maybe put a label on, you know, on this door. Okay, we'll put a label. That's been it. Small things. We haven't had any injuries. Not one. Cut fingers. You know, Band-Aid dirty.
Well, and there's things besides like the COVID-19 prevention program that, you know, you made kind of clear.
Yeah.
You know, I know you're probably not going to institute that and mask wearing and all that, but there's things like the safety program that can provide you a model. You know, I'm not here to shut companies down. You know, issuing citations is part of the job. That doesn't happen always. And like I said, usually I've done hundreds of inspections. This is my first one. So, you know, I didn't want to.
You're a pretty young guy, right? You're like maybe 30 or something?
33.
Yeah, 33.
Yeah.
You know, one day, you know, as you get older, when you get your 40s, you're gonna look back on this day, and you're probably gonna change. I mean, it just happens as you get older, you know. And you're gonna look back on this day, and if you tried to come down on us, I guarantee you would have regretted it. I guarantee you. I just know you will. If you're an American like you say you are, and you love your freedoms, then you would regret it.
If being an American is knowingly disregarding science and knowingly putting people in jeopardy's way for not wearing a mask.
So should we? So the science also shows that people wearing eating fatty foods. We serve chicken parmesan, so are you gonna outlaw chicken parmesan? I mean, it's the same thing.
I don't come up with the regulations,
but it's still science.
But
Okay, but you can't just say I don't come up with the regulations. You still have the opportunity to enforce them or not. You know.
Tony, and here's where personally I have a big issue with this.
Yeah.
Is that I was in here waiting for Will to come by, and an older lady came in, meeting with some of her friends at the table.
Yeah.
You know, and I see people here; they're having a good time.
Lots.
Okay.
A lot.
And look, hey, the food looks pretty good, by the way.
That's really good.
But she comes in, she's wearing a mask.
Okay.
You know, and so the host, he asked me to take off my mask beforehand. I say no.
Yeah.
The lady's friends say, hey, take your mask off, no mask allowed here. She's like, no, I feel more comfortable. Then your host asks her to take it off.
Yeah.
Now she's peer pressured and asked by the employer to take a mask off.
But she doesn't have to eat here. Most our customers don't want to see people with masks.
Well, you don't have
on.
to do business in the state of California.
They don't have to do business with us. They can go home.
Haven't you driven out enough businesses out of California? You want us to leave too?
I'm not driving.
Mother, I built this as a gift for her, and do you also understand that she has like every ailment you can think of? She has. She went through some stuff about 10 years ago, 8 years ago. She has heart failure. She's got diabetes. Liver. She's got kidney failure. She's on dialysis 3 times a week. and she supports what I'm doing 100%. 100%. And
Well,
I see her about 3 times a week.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about her health.
Thank
And you know, honestly, what I'd want to see, I don't know what it's like to own a restaurant or to put food on the table or to have a family business, you know, and I'm grateful to have like a steady job and not have to worry about being, I don't know what that's like.
You know what?
I don't want to shut you down, but what I don't understand is just try to do something. If something makes something safer for other people, just try it. I mean, is it?
But we run a safe restaurant. We run a very safe restaurant. See, what I'm concerned about is that you guys win either way. So if forcing wearing the masks make the infection rate go down, you guys win and can next time say, oh, because it worked the last time, there's this new infection
who's
going
you
around.
guys, the government?
The government, exactly, right? They can say, hey, you know, we're going to do it again. If it doesn't work and infections start going up or stay the same, you can say, it didn't work, now we have to clamp down even harder and hammer you even more. So we're going to put our foot on your neck even more because you didn't do enough. So you guys win either way, and we all lose.
It's not.
The bottom line is, I know you would love to take off the mask. I know you would love to come there and have spaghetti and spaghetti meatballs and a glass of wine. I know that's what you'd rather do, right?
Couldn't be more wrong.
Wrong? Okay.
I mean, the food,
I can see it in your eyes.
The food sounds good, but not,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. So you're scared. You really are scared.
Am I scared? No, I mean, not day to day.
Yeah. Okay.
But if wearing a mask may prevent a death, then
I'll do that.
it's not a big deal.
I think you're a nice guy. I mean, I feel bad that this had to be your first. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And like I said, I respect you trying to stay open.
I mean, I haven't insulted you, right? I've never insulted you. I never called you names. I haven't done any of that, right? I haven't been aggressive. I've just been stating what my positions are, and I think you respect them.
Hey, I understand that. I could respect
Yeah.
you staying open and standing up for what you believe.
That's it's not about staying open. It's about that. You know,
What?
staying open is the symbolic part of it. It's the stand, and I'm just lucky to have a restaurant to be able to use it. You know, in that objective that I'm trying to achieve.
Well, I'll leave you to it, man. Thank you for talking to me
Yeah.
and being civil with me. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, always.